Well, they did it, guys. Exit scam. That's when a company like this, if you could even call it that, they get into an unstable situation. They decide to fold, and they run off with everybody's crypto. And I had shared that that's the risk. This is the highest risk model that's out there in the opportunity sector. There's another one called Burex that is, I still have about, I don't know, 26 ETH or something like that in here. This is much less risk, but it's still in the high risk category. So make no mistake about it. The day will come where Burex will not be able to maintain its model. And so the risk is still there with that as well, but not anywhere close to the risk of Cryptoware. And we talked about that a lot, right? Because one of the biggest reasons was because, first of all, they paid 3.6% per day. Second of all, and I think even more importantly, they didn't hold your principal. So remember this, look for stability. If you're going to be in high risk, high return models, look for things that protect the business, that aren't just sounding good to you. Because if it doesn't protect their business model, they're more unstable. So here's what happened with Cryptoware most likely, and why they became unstable and exited. And we talked about this as being a risk with this one, and why it was such a high risk category for me. And I had 26 ETH in it. I think I was able to withdraw like 5 or 6 of that or something like that. So it ran off with a lot of my ETH, but I knew that that was the risk. You have to know that. And I hedged it with this other one, Burex, which is still paying me every day and has a lot more likelihood, doesn't pay as many high returns, and they hold your principal, right? In contracts in this one, but that makes their model more stable. Again, still extremely high risk. Don't do these things if you don't understand the risk. So Cryptoware, that's what happened. They were set up where it sounds really good to us. I talked about this before, where you don't have them hold your principal. You just can take it out whenever you want. And between them paying 3.6%, which is really high per day, and everyone being able to take out their principal whenever they want, to withdraw it whenever they want, it makes their model very unstable. So 2 days ago, the market hit like a 30% correction. And so what happens? Well, a whole bunch of people get FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, doubt. They want to withdraw their funds because they see the market going down. And since they don't have it in contracts and everyone could withdraw it from Cryptoware all at once, they decide, no, we don't want to give all of this away. It makes their model unstable, makes them scared. They decide just to hang on to everybody's crypto, and they fold up shop. And if you go to cryptoware.com, which was the original site, it's completely taken down. This address is cryptowareltd.biz. And now the scam just continues. And, they weren't ready to fold up shop. They wanted it to go longer. And so now there's all kinds of weird stuff going on where I'm hearing they're saying, hey, if you pay 30%, you can get your account back. I'm not even able to log into this site and find my account information. I heard some people were, and then they say, well, you can't release your funds unless you pay 30% of what you had in there to us. If they're saying anything like that to you, do not give them any more of your money. Do not give them any more of your crypto. They're not only exit scammers, they are very immature ones, because the way they set this up, it was extraordinarily unstable. We knew that going in, but my point is seeing the way they exited, seeing how they didn't communicate at all with their community. They just took their site down. It's like beyond ridiculous. But we knew that that was the risk. And that's my point of all of this. I'll explain a little bit on this a little bit more. So Burex, somebody brought me Burex, the more stable version of these high risk programs, before it launched. And I could have made a killing if I promoted it. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to promote it. These things aren't sustainable. Don't want to lead that charge in the market. But then I noticed a big percentage of my own community was getting involved with this and other ones. And they don't even know there's any risk. Like, people that were promoting them are just focused on what you get, but not what the risk is. A lot of people don't understand the risk reward relationship. They just don't know. So a lot of people were getting involved with them without the proper warning label. And I also saw a lot of people in the entire opportunity niche getting involved with these types of programs again. Now, we saw this happen big in 2017. People made fortunes. Some people just made tens of millions who had no business making that much money. They had very little skills, making a killing. And then when the market turned into a bear market, these programs, platforms all collapsed and ran off with everybody's crypto. And so when I saw it introduced to me months back, about a week before it launched, I knew I could make a killing, but I was like, no way do I want to market this and put this out there. I'm not going to lead the charge on that. So why did I end up getting involved with it? I saw so many people in my community doing it anyway. I saw so many people, even top producers in the industry and the opportunity niche, doing them anyway. So I better change my tune. I'm going to sound really irrelevant. So, I like making passive as much as anybody, but I knew very well, like, this one's super high risk because they didn't hold people's principal. They paid really high percentages. And we also had noted they didn't invest into videos, like marketing videos, like they really didn't put as much into it as Beerax did. Now, Beerax doesn't pay as high of a percentage, but that actually does make their model more sustainable on their end, which can be good for us because it can go long term. And that's where the compounding, when you reinvest your daily returns, if they can go the distance, that's where the big returns and success with these programs are. And so I ended up getting involved with these so that I could have a different message, because telling people just not to do them wasn't working. And I have an old adage as a marketer: if you can't beat them, join them, because you don't dictate what the market is. When I see a huge percentage of the opportunity niche moving somewhere, I might try to, warn them and whatever initially, but eventually you're going to be irrelevant if you don't respond to what the market's doing. So I am playing around with these high risk programs. I enjoy passive as much as anybody. I'm aware of the risk. I do not encourage anybody to do any of them who do not understand that risk already. Like, if that's a new concept to you, shouldn't do these. If you haven't been in these before and already decided you're going to do them now, shouldn't do them now. But if if you're kind of like me, and when you make a decision, you're going to do it. If you're already there, yeah. If you're not in Beerax yet, you understand the high risk, you want to follow along, subscribe to this channel, follow along what I'm doing, tick the bell so that you get notifications. I'll keep you posted on this. Right now, I'm doing very well with this. Like, these are all of my withdrawals that I've done. You can see $5,000 withdrawal on the 24th. I just got started in this one 3 weeks ago. And in fact, a little bit before the Cryptoware one. And this is how I was hedging Cryptoware. I knew Cryptoware was high risk, but I still have it coming in with this one to help me offset any losses that I have there and have potential continued gains. In fact, one of the contracts I purchased here, it won't mature for about 6 months. So the likelihood of that is low, but I'll turn 6 ETH into over 50 ETH if it does. And in the meantime, I'm getting lots of other returns here. Let's go look at deposit accruals really quick. So if we look at deposit accruals, again, I just started literally 21 days ago. We see that I've been able to withdraw. Let's actually, yeah, so earned from deposits. It says 6.3 ETH earned. How much have I withdrawn? Let's go back to withdraw. Withdraw 4.6 ETH. Not bad. Now this is another aspect of this model that makes your model more sustainable. First of all, you have to hold your principal in there for either 20 days. They have another contract that pays a higher interest rate per day if you hold it in there for 45 days. And there's others that do like 90 days. I did one for 6 months. This makes their model much more sustainable, because when there's FUD, fear in the market, people can't run on it and take it all out. There's time for the market to rebound and for people to calm down, and it keeps their model 1,000 times more stable. But it doesn't seem as good to us because we can't take our money out whenever we want, but it actually ends up making the model more stable. So if we look up here, total withdraw. So I've been able to withdraw. This isn't what I earned. This is what I actually took out, over $10,000 in 21 days since I started, and over 4.6 ETH. Not bad. Now I've actually made a lot more than that, and then I put what I made back in. So I'm taking some out, and and this is what allowed, I took some of this and put it into Cryptoware. And so that's, it diversified. I would have never taken my own money, or at least not a lot of it, and put it into Cryptoware, because that's extremely high risk. That's why I told anybody, don't do Cryptoware unless you're already in Beerax. Take some of your proceeds from Beerax and put it in Cryptoware. And I also said, if you have some, a little bit of altcoins laying around collecting dust that don't mean anything to you, you could put that in Cryptoware, but you don't want to be taking like a lot of risk with a high risk program like Cryptoware. Again, this is still in the high risk category, this Beerax, but much lesser so than Cryptoware, because again, they have those contracts that hold the principal for a period of time, so people can't just run on it when there's some temporary FUD in the market. Big difference. They also pay a little bit less interest rate per day, and they only pay interest rates 5 days a week on working days, not on weekends. And that allows them to kind of correct, and improve their model and to have some breathing room. Whereas, Cryptoware had to pay 7 days a week. This is much more stable. There's a lot of people making a lot of ETH with this. I have friends pulling 3 to 4 ETH out of this a day. If I've only been in now, This only pays 5 days a week. So really that's just 15 days that I've been in that it pays, because it only pays on working days. So if we go 4.6 ETH divided by the 15 days that I've been in, so I'm averaging over 3 ETH a day. If you go ahead and count the weekends, for those of you that, look at it that way, 21 days divided by 4.6, and we're still looking at, that's not right. I did it wrong. 4.6 ETH that I've made divided by 21 days. That's the right direction. 0.219, so almost 0.22 ETH. Plus, I pulled over $10,000 of US out. So, this is a lot that I'm passively getting every day. If it's passive, if you don't have to do any work and you can make a lot of money, it's high risk. You're risking your principal. But this model, Birax's model, is significantly less risky than a Cryptoware for the reasons that I explained. They hold principal for a period of time in a contract. That makes their model much more stable. And they don't pay 7 days a week, they pay 5. That makes their model more stable. And like I said, there's a lot of people pulling a lot out of this, and I'm not doing too bad either. And I used this to hedge against the high risk of Cryptoware. I also hedge by not really putting any of my own proceeds in any program that's high risk. I generate a lot of Ethereum, and our team generates a lot of Ethereum mainly from Forsage. And I know a lot of you think, oh, that's old news. No, it's not. We use a team building strategy where we help people get sales, where we help people learn how to attract through marketing. It's not as hard as you think when you know how to do it. We show people, literally give them the content to look at, and you just change the wording a little bit. Just follow what I'm doing to generate a lot of leads. There's level 1 attraction marketing, level 2 attraction marketing, level 3 attraction marketing. I teach all of this, and we literally work with you to help build in teams. So there's a lot of cases, we don't guarantee this, but the intention, and in most cases, we're able to help people, the team is, get sales for you to create a success story. Again, no guarantee, but a lot of people have done extremely well with that team building strategy, and that's unique in Forsage. We continue to build value around this. When we hit a bear market, we'll be able to continue making Ethereum, even in that bear market, getting ready for the next bull market. You can see with this account, I made 351 ETH. I got started in October. This is just one of my accounts. Let me show you another one. Over 800 ETH I've made since October, 4 months. I'm recording this on February 25th, 4 months. Let's look at another account. I won't show you all of them because it's going to take too long, but just to show you that this is some serious ETH that we're making. So here's another account of mine, 272 ETH. And I've got another one that's done about the same. Why do I have so many accounts? Because I'm strategically positioning accounts down deeper in the organization to help people. Because when I place that position under people, it helps them make ETH. The team building strategy is all about helping other people make ETH. Reach out to me at the link below this video on Facebook Messenger. I'll put the link directly here, and let me know if you want to know about the no risk way. This is a no risk way. We're not giving our crypto here to somebody to trade on our behalf like Cryptoware was or Birax is. Here, we're making it through the team building strategy. If you want to understand that, this duplicatable process, our team's made over 12,000 Ethereum since October. Again, I'm recording this on February 25th. It's actually much more. We counted it. It takes a lot of time to count up. We counted it last month, so it's way beyond that. 12,000 ETH in 3 months that they made following this duplicatable system, and you're not risking any of it. Sure, you have to purchase levels in the smart contract, but you only purchase them once, and then you make Ethereum on it over and over and over again. If you want to know the details of that, reach out to me at Facebook Messenger. I'll put the link below this video, and let me know you want to know about the no risk method of generating a lot of ETH so that you can have extra ETH to invest into high risk programs like Birax that's paying me passive income at about 0.3 ETH a day and a bunch of US dollars, $10,000 the last 21 days. I get to use the Ethereum that I make from the no risk method to do these high risk methods. You see the power of that? So if you're smart about this stuff, you can make a killing in this market, and you can help a lot of people. Reach out to me if you want to learn more. If you're not in Birax and you understand the high risk nature of these high return sites, this one is the most stable that I've seen out there. It's been running quite a long time. I got lots of friends making withdrawals. I've been in it 21 days. You can see I'm making withdrawals. I'll put the link below if you want to learn more about it. But again, I don't recommend this to anybody who do not understand the risks or willing to take personal responsibility for that risk. You're risking your principal if you're going to make a bunch of Ethereum, Bitcoin, or money passively. That's what you're risking as your principal. But this is a powerful program for those that understand that. And, you know, it is a more stable model than Cryptoware by a long shot. But again, reach out to me if you want to understand the no risk method and this duplicatable process we're using to help people make a lot of Ethereum to free you up to be able to dabble in maybe some higher risk programs that are passive.